Welcome back to the Lips React channel. I'm Lips. This is episode 4 of Severance season 1. This episode is titled The You Are. But as we do here, let me hit you with some notes I took whilst I was editing. Episode 3. I like to call this the previous episode recap. Additional thoughts. It's nothing too wild, nothing too crazy, just little quotes or something that stand out to me as I'm editing. There was a quote said in the show that the off-floor mixer, you'll get one when you earn it. When you earn it. I have so many questions about earning things in this world. I feel like it is made up by the company and these mixers and everything. I feel like everything is a form of manipulation down there. Everything is for manipulation and control. And if it's not done for manipulation, like having to ask and set up an appointment to like see your boss. Yes, I understand that, like, sure, maybe there's some offices and whatnot that you should do that. Your boss, everyone's busy, respect people's time. You can't just barge in and ask them questions. With this world, it definitely seems like this is happening because it's a way to ensure that the severed employees do not walk in on the unsevered employees having conversations about anything unsevered related that the severed employees shouldn't know. Because I feel like the lines are like very A and B, black and white, cut and paste. I don't know. Cut and paste doesn't make sense. Wet and dry. Like, they cannot have any merging, because the more and more I see, the more and more I'm convinced that, like, if they have any inkling of, like, if their Outie or their innie has inkling that there's crossover, that their worlds will start to, like, really get a little messy. And to borrow a word from PD, their brains will start to reintegrate, which will mess with their sense of reality and whatnot. There was a specific line, I think, in one of PD's flashbacks about Dylan's 4% on Sunset Park. I wrote that down just in case we hear Sunset Park again. And then just some like general thoughts about PD and his poor reality, because like in the moment, I was so scared for him. I still am so scared for him, but I'm trying to imagine this reintegration and how scary it is, because his two worlds are colliding. Time doesn't make sense for him. And that can be really, really scary. And so I'm just imagining, I was just reflecting on how he was so afraid that Irv would walk in because he kept like flashing into the office when he was having conversations with PD. And I feel like, or not PD, Mark. And I feel like that is already hard enough. But then when Harmony does walk in, and it really, really, really messes with his sense of reality, and perhaps even like makes him, I don't know, maybe he could go down a rabbit hole about thinking that like Mark is not a safe space to be. Until I get proof otherwise, I kind of think that Lumen is on both sides, is on the reintegration side and obviously on the inside of Lumen. Now Harmony, we got to see her managed last episode, and that, like, I talked about it a little bit, I feel like, about how, like, the way they managed her felt a little weird. Because even it feels that she is in this weird cycle of manipulation, and except for the fact that it's very interesting, they use a lot of similar techniques, except she is supposedly not severed. So that's so confusing to me. But then it makes me think maybe she's one of the ones who is never not severed, but she just doesn't know that she's not severed, and she thinks that she is unsevered, but she's always severed. And that's, I don't know how you could do that. Just sever someone and then implant false memories, or maybe they just think they have bad memories. I don't know. Look, I don't know, but people like Harmony said in episode 1, the scariest thing, hell doesn't exist. But the scariest thing is that anything humans can imagine, they can create. I am also just noting that they have 3 weeks to hit the quarterly deadline. That timing feels important. I wrote down woe, frolic, dread, malice, and that each man's character is designed by the precise ratio that resides in him. I feel like the ethos, really, that and the 9 principles: vision, verve, wit, cheer, humility, benevolence, nimbleness, probity, wiles. I feel like those two things together I feel like at the end, I will be able to trace all of these words back to individual people. I just feel it in my gut. I don't know. But then my biggest question right now, because something that we've talked about a lot, is that these characters, they have made decisions to become severed, right? The 4 characters we know in The Office. I'm still presuming to some tiny degree that Harmony and like the babysitter are unsevered. But that leads me to a bigger question of, why would somebody like the severed people? I understand, like if the babysitter and Harmony were severed, I would understand more so why they are doing what they're doing. But if somebody is unsevered and they're taking on this super manipulative position, what is it that they believe in that makes them show up to work every day and keep doing this? Because I feel like I really need to unpack that. Do they just really believe in like that manipulative break room mission statement? Is there something that we don't know, something in a handbook that we don't know that they get before they start, and it like answers a bunch of questions? I'm not sure. I feel like there's got to be something to it that would inspire someone to take on this position and show up every day, but I don't know what it is yet. And if we never find out, well, that'll suck. I'm almost like wanting a little more information on the non-severed people. But, you know, it is what it is. This episode is titled The You Are. Well, let's get into it. If you want the full-length reaction to this or anything else you see here, head over to Patreon. Otherwise, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the episode. Following contains a depiction of self-harm. Viewer discretion is advised.
All I can be is sorry, and that is all I am.
Are we still doing this?
I'm afraid you still don't mean it.
Okay, how many times have we done this? Oh my, she looks so tired. 17 o'clock? So just after 5.
We'll try again in the morning.
What? She has to go back in the morning? Holy shit. Like, if you were a sane, unsevered person and this happened to you, you wouldn't go back the next day because you'd be like, that was crazy. That's manipulation. This is an abusive workplace. But because her Outie won't remember it, her Outie will bring her to work the next day because she'll have a little note on her car.
See you tomorrow, Helly.
Shut up. I'll look at her. Holy shit. Oh no. Oh, that is not fun.
I read it 300 times yesterday.
And she looked 300 times?
What the hell is that voice?
What voice?
And only in beach till there's they live on.
Oh, she's crying. Yeah. Oh, the trauma. Oh my god, Helly. Sorry your Outie sucked.
No paraphrasing. Again.
Oh my gosh. Wait, why is he like this? What is that voice? It sounds like the perpetuity wing. It sounds like some way that they're continuing to manipulate. I'm so scared. Hold on, I want to write down the words woe, frolic, dread, and malice. And I want to see if I notice woe, frolic, dread, or malice within anyone today. The phone! Yes! Answer it! Please. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Blocked. Why would they be blocked? Or like hidden, like star 69. Uh-oh. Oh no, his innie's going through it. What are you gonna do about it?
Helly's been in the break room since yesterday. You feel you should check on her progress?
Well, Mark doesn't have that power. Okay.
Hi.
Oh, fuck. Enemy. the stapler.
Hi, Bert. What are you doing
Exactly
here?
how the wet fuck do you know where this
Dylan.
office?
How the wet fuck?
Give us them reversed.
Okay, it's all right.
Oh, they're not supposed to be able to find this part of the office? They're separated?
I've been fretting, though, because you mentioned
The anticipation could distract from your work.
No. What a sweetie, if it is what it is.
I know your time is valuable.
Okay, well, you can drop them on the desk. Long hike back to O&D.
I also wanted to extend an invitation again.
A party?
If an informal tour of O&D ever sounds
Yes,
refreshing
yes, yes,
to Irving and any one of you,
yes, please. I'd love to go.
directions are in the front bag, reversed.
Hard pass.
Irving's for sure gonna go. I don't. Okay, this friendship is starting to weird me out now, though. Bert and Irving. Oh my god, it almost sounds like Bert and Ernie.
Kia's whole original vision saw us all working together.
Then why don't you? The whole original vision was that they all work together. Then that's very sus. Oh, Helly.
How many times?
1072.
1072? Look at his face. Holy shit.
What about the voice behind the door?
Crying baby, you mean?
No. Like the angry, mumbly guy.
Yeah. Wait, he hears a crying baby?
Really not supposed to talk about the break room.
What you gotta do is trick the machine by thinking about something you're really sorry about. I like to imagine my Audie's love maid with a MILF or two.
Oh, okay. This guy. I can't pin him down.
Break room sucks. But that's why we have protocols and procedures, so we don't end up there.
Not, okay, that's just not really, that's just, you know what? It is good to see that you're always gonna have the office politics, even if they try to manipulate you to always be happy. Or I don't know what they're really trying to manipulate us to. Actually, I don't even think they're trying to manipulate us to be happy. I think that we're like rats in a maze.
Bert's over there by shelf 6. Don't touch anything.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
I actually cried when you guys put up the youthful convalescence of Kia. No,
Youthful
I did. I never thought
convalescence
I'd
of
see the
Kia.
handbook passage depicted visually.
What's the handbook passage?
Let not weakness live in your veins. Cherished workers, drown it inside you. Rise
What?
up from your deathbed and sally forth, more perfect for the struggle.
Oh, okay. All right. I'd love to unpack that quote. I'd love to unpack that quote. I'm going to try to do it at the end of the episode. Oh, are we holding hands? Cuties? Wait, maybe it is like Bert and Ernie. Aren't Bert and Ernie gay for each other?
Sorry.
Happy Pride.
time is it?
Happy Pride. Wait,
have to go.
oh no! Office romance between O&D and refinement? Wait, I live for this. I want this. What a dream.
Really?
Oh shit. Hey,
got to
yo,
4%.
whoa.
Yes. Feels good, right?
4% again.
Great work.
The innies are getting a little too smart, I think. Somehow. Is it the book? Is the book still in there? The you are. That's the name of the book. His brother-in-law's book. What? I know. It's a bit of personality, Irv. Irv is shirking on his duties today.
What's this?
Whoa, excuse me.
It's a map of the hallways.
No, it isn't.
I thought we weren't supposed to make maps.
Oh wait, you're not supposed to. Then Bert is wrong.
You're such a hypocrite lecturing me on following the rule.
Oh my God, he didn't lecture you.
Why aren't we supposed to map the office?
It's an Egan rule, render not my creation in miniature.
Render not. Why does he have to say it like he's some little freak?
What the fuck is this?
They look like houses, right? That's how houses look. Well, maybe they're on the outside and Petey found a way to get to them.
So why would they be on a map of the severed floor?
They are. Wait, they are on the outside, and we do live in them.
Go lick a boot, Mark.
Go
You're more loyal
lick.
to this place than to your friend.
Whoa.
Work is bullshit.
The work
Oh.
is mysterious and important.
Okay.
And we deal with the uncertainty
Okay.
it brings us in the way that Kier would have wanted.
Which
together,
is
as a family.
as a family. Red flag.
With a razor to my throat,
Oh.
be less interested in being your family.
Oh. You know what? And that is how you should feel about every office job you ever
Your
work
best
at.
friend left this for you. And you don't give a shit.
He gives, I think, so many shits, Helly. He just, I think, is traumatized and he has been through the ringer, and you are gonna send him to the break room, which is only gonna manipulate him more, and then he's gonna be a silent little
You're right.
freak.
I don't give a shit.
Oh. Oh. Well,
There, it's
good
gone.
job, Helly. What did you think was
Thank
gonna
you, Helly. Now we
happen?
can get back to work.
Well, I don't think that this had the effect on Mark that she thought it was. I actually think that Mark is so afraid of getting in trouble that he is now gonna
It's
be...
an emergency.
Oh no, Irv.
I was going to get Mr. Milchek, but I thought it best not to break the
Does
chain.
he,
for now.
does his innie
Just
know
raining contraband today.
who his brother is? Wait, a book is contraband?
Passage 31, page 110. Be content in my words, and dally not in the scholastic pursuits of lesser men.
Holy shit. No books except the handbook?
His ego's pissed because Helly called him out for bootlegging.
My ego's fine. I'm just trying to...
Damn.
Mark,
To Mark.
what is this?
Uh-oh.
I bet it's a loyalty test. Remember the spicy candy?
Oh.
I'll be turning this into Milchik.
Oh no.
Booty with your name on it.
Excellent decision, Mark. This is an idolatrous text that should be brought to him immediately.
Oh my god. So he doesn't even know what his brother-in-law looks like as his innie? He doesn't know anything except for scary numbers, the break room, trauma. I don't know. Oh, is she about to hurt herself?
Excuse me, Helly.
Oh my!
What's happening is you're going to give me a video camera,
Oh.
a resignation to my Outie, or you're going to have to explain to her why she's missing 4 fingers.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
that's just...
Ah! Oh, she thought she did it. Oh my god.
Hey,
Hey. Man, they are not gonna hit any of their goals. Because they are not getting any scary numbers sorted. They are turning me into a scary number, though.
well, boss, guess this is the part where I should tell you to go to hell. Except you're already here.
Hey, you're not wrong.
I was never sorry.
Yeah, No. Excuse me? She came back? Did her Outie send her a message back?
Now, Miss Cobell says you threatened to cut off your fingers.
Oh, they told her.
I am a person.
Okay. Great start.
You are not.
Whoa! Yo!
If you ever do anything to my fingers, know that I will keep you alive long enough to horribly regret that.
Oh. Oh.
Off.
Oh, she is like she's a plant. She's an industry plant. She's an industry plant. She's gonna start putting out bops any minute now. That was somehow so scary. Mark's Outie would never say that. Severed lumen worker dies? Dies? He's no, he's not. They murdered him. Well, so then yes, he would. That's dead. Being murdered and dying equal dead. Oh, the phone is ringing still. Please answer it. I'm begging you.
Yet?
No.
Is that how the innies and the Outies feel? Just like forever stuck together but never able to get out, but also not. I don't know. I lost the metaphor.
It wasn't your fault, Harmony.
If you want a hug, go to hell and find your mother.
Yo! Everyone is so mean!
We have to get his chip.
Oh.
His corpse is scheduled to be destroyed by cremation following his funeral on Sunday.
Why do we need to get the chip? Okay, these two? Scary people. Why do they do this? Why do they work this job? Talk to me, Harmony. Vision. Verve. No, I'll say it with you. Wit. Cheer. Humility. Benevolence. I want to memorize them. Nimbleness. Probity. Say it. Wiles. Who's that a picture of? And why did you pick it up when you said probity? Wiles. Wait, no, why'd you say Wiles again? No, stop it. You're haunted. Same look. You can't be here, Mark. Mark, you can't be here.
What are you doing here?
News reports said that he worked at Lumen, so I thought maybe I knew him. What are you doing here?
Good excuse.
Hello. Were you a friend?
He was my dad.
I suppose you were close and everything.
She's trying to get so much information. Bitch, it's her dad's funeral. The way she turned around, evil glare.
I'm Peter's ex-wife.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He had an ex-wife. Okay, I mean, wasn't sure if it was ex-wife or wife.
You're from Lumen.
Wow, she clocked that. You could see it in her eyes that she clocked that. How does she feel about that?
So you didn't even know him at all.
Oh, well, okay. Well, yep. Guess that's true.
Hi, are you June?
Bitch. You are. How would you know about June? People are going to. That was a slip up.
So you knew my dad?
At work.
You're one of those.
You're one of those.
Do you ever think that maybe the best way to deal with a fucked up situation in your life isn't to just shut your brain off half the time?
Oh, well, hey. So that's what PD did? Bitch, you're gonna have to do all of that during the funeral?
And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
If I die before I wake.
It's just a monster under your bed. In your head.
Okay. The song lyrics feel very apt. Monster in your head. If I die before I wake, which she did.
So was the funeral just too sad or...
Oh shit, this is not good. He's going to where his wife died. Oh. That is kind of the thing about funerals, is sometimes it reminds you of people you loved and lost. I feel like finally he has to sit with this thought of, like what Annie said, wouldn't it be, have you ever thought of like dealing with bad things or sadness? I can't remember her exact words, but like instead of running away from it for half your life, half your day. Okay, so they got the chip.
That's Petey.
That's Petey.
Is there like encoding on there?
You requested me, Miss Cobell? Miss Casey, I'd like you to run a special wellness session.
Oh, the wellness lady. Uh-oh.
He just needs it. Trust me.
Wait. Bring me into it. Ooh, wait, what is this painting? Why is it randomly in this hallway?
Kier invites you to drink of his water.
Oh.
Awful to say I don't care for that one.
No, it makes me nervous too.
Why?
Such a lovely vista, but I keep thinking.
He could slip.
Oh, okay.
If I embarrassed myself.
You didn't.
You didn't. Irv came to see if he meant it. Oh my goodness, wait.
I wish I could nap.
I can't be falling asleep, Bert.
Who cares?
The handbook cares.
Oh wait, he's opening up to him.
I'm more of a first edition guy.
Oh, right.
Original word of Kier.
Yeah, hit me with the original.
In your noblest thoughts and epiphany shall be my voice. You
Noble.
are my mouth, and through ye I will whisper on when I am 10 centuries demised.
And whisper on you are to Irv. My goodness, he's falling in love.
And just speak to us through the handbook, the paintings. He finds other ways.
Like what?
You think you need your job, but I've lived abroad as a vagrant.
He didn't turn in the book.
Your job needs you, not the other way around.
Uh-oh. That is an awakening statement for an innie to read.
Safe travels. No deal.
Thanks, O&D.
Slow burn. My goodness. Enemies to lovers. Watch your bowels. Oh, those paintings. Okay, I'm nervous for this wellness check. Obviously, he's going to the wellness check because Mrs. Selvig, aka Harmony, aka Miss Cobell, saw his ass at the funeral. She's starting to piece things together. Oh, wait, is she...
See you soon.
Oh, okay. Is she feeling maybe better? Did that message from her outie... I don't know how that message from... Oh, nope. That message from her outie did not... It didn't save her. I'll tell you that. Helly. Oh, the book. He found the book. The candle ends in the wellness session?
I ask people to sculpt how they feel out of clay.
What?
Do you like to do that?
No. Maybe.
Destiny. An acrostic poem experienced by
Destiny.
D is for dreaming.
D is for dreaming.
E is for energy. S is for stewardship.
Wait a second. What the frick is this? That's more than 2 people?
Until N, meaning newness, rains down from above.
What is going on?
And why? That's a question we needn't now ponder.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's just a tree.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Nope. Oh my gosh. Oh. Best episode yet, in my opinion. And you know, I was looking at the 4 words. I think they're the ethos: woe, frolic, dread, and malice. And originally I was kind of looking to those characters to try to figure out which ones, or like what parts of their day maybe fit into those 4 titles. Ethos. I kind of think this entire, I almost think like, I don't know if this tracks that episode 1 would be woe, episode 2 would be frolic, episode 3 would be dread. But I feel like episode 4 was malice. If it wasn't malice, it was definitely dread. The malice maybe starting with dread and ending with malice. That ending definitely being very malicious. At least in the experience of watching it. Irv walking and seeing, I don't know what they're doing, like shredding things. I'm just not sure. That was really scary. And it seemed to scare Irv. But I don't know, I was really loving that moment between Bert and Irving, but I don't know, maybe it's like macro, maybe it's like the refinement team, like maybe they all are severed. I wasn't, because I've gone back and forth on thinking that like only our 4 in that green room are severed and no one else is. And I kind of like go back and forth, but it's just because we don't have a lot of interaction with anyone other than this O&D guy. They say there's only 2 people in that department, but there's more than 2 people in that department, and isn't that so scary? But then it's like, then I really think that there's no way that Bert is severed. I don't know. There's definitely a lot that I will take down notes and come back to you. There were a lot of quotes, a lot of like lines from like about Kier, about like the history, the, what did they call it last episode, the perpetuity of it all. I'm stunned. This episode definitely leaves me in a shock. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this episode by episode, because I've seen that other people do like 3 episodes at a time and edit that all together. 1, I think that process of editing 3 episodes in one would be overwhelming. 2, where would I put my thoughts? Would I just watch 3 and then put them at the end? I don't know. But also, my brain doesn't know, like with an episode like this specifically, I'm going to need that second watch. I'm going to need that edit time to relive this after the first time seeing it sinks in, go back and edit it and see it with fresher eyes. Going to need that for this one. There was so much going on in it. And I've said this, that I'm not trying to like write that much. I found last episode that like writing a few things down helped me not to miss like a few conversation points at the end, but there were a lot of quotes I found myself wanting to write down from this one that at some point I just went, like specifically that like book part at the end, I was like, I'm just gonna, if anything like that, I'm just gonna kind of focus on it for the recap at the beginning of the next episode, so at episode 5. Oh my god, I am like a little sick to my stomach. I think I'm not triggered in any way like that, sick to my stomach, but in just like this episode got very dark. Like crafting the theories and stuff is like fun and like thinking about things and like considering this life and you know, even seeing the darkness of it, like it's like yeah. But then, you know, you see this Outie, Helly's Outie, leave this message that's like, I will basically torture you by keeping you in there. If you ever do anything, like take my fingers. And you see it's like saying that innie Helly isn't a person and not real, and that she just basically doesn't deserve to have feelings or a life. It's adds definitely a level of intrigue, but it was shocking in the moment to hear it. And obviously it has negative effects because regardless of how Helly's Outie feels, innie Helly has feelings and is clearly having a very hard time. And I was shocked when I thought for a second that Helly was like reintegrating, like not reintegrating, that's the wrong word choice given reintegration is the word choice for basically unsevering. But I was shocked to see that Helly, after getting that message, kind of like seemed like she was okay. At the end of the day, she was like smiling and whatnot. But obviously, when I saw what she had in her hand, I knew she was not okay. They edited that last bit really well, going between the wellness moment, building a tree, the candle in there. I knew that candle was going to come back at some point. So my theory with the wellness room right now is that it's definitely a place where like they try to see what you react to see, because Harmony believes that people can reintegrate. The board doesn't believe that people can reintegrate. Harmony is definitely correct in that people can reintegrate. We've seen it with PD. How that happens, I'm not entirely sure. I have my theories, right? That it's like they start to kind of cross over. Now, I did originally write down, and I never read this at the beginning of the episode, but I had originally written down the things that PD smiled to, or like had a reaction to. Okay. Let me bring them up. I'm not going to read the ones that he didn't react to. I'm just going to read the two that I starred as him reacting to. Is splendid and can swim. I can't read the last bit of that. Okay. Something end well. Okay. Is skilled at kissing and lovemaking. Now, my original theory, I think, here was that they were, like I said, reading things that, like, some of them are not true, some of them are true. And they're trying to see if his innie has a reaction to anything from the outside. And essentially, by kind of shaming him into feeling bad for reacting to that, it helps, like, distance him from the things that make him on the outside, the you that you are, if you want to borrow the title from the brother-in-law's book. So that's where I'm feeling about that. And that also kind of, that manipulation and separation of things also lines up with like the different parts of the office being separated. If other parts of the office are truly severed, which now I'm like fully believing that they are, and I feel like that's probably pretty obvious. I always like to leave it like a little open, you know, so that if I'm wrong, well, that way, so that I don't fully go down a path of fully wrong thought, but not sure. Well, and they censor a lot of what they say, so they're not supposed to talk about the break room, right? But the riverboat guy, and sorry, I always forget his name. He has a lot of value to these episodes, and he is definitely like Woe, I think, or Frolic. No, he would be Frolic. He's like a lighter presence. He's always having a little goofy time. Like he's kind of the goofy guy. I definitely thought it was going to be Mark, but he seems more goofy in the eyes of everything than I originally thought. But he's so serious just about getting his job done. But it's like for the prizes. It's an interesting guy. But he hears a crying baby And Helly here is an angry, mumbly guy. And I'd be interested to know what Mark or Irv here in the break room. But I feel like that's like all of this separation is like basically so that they don't have personality. Their personality is just supposed to be bland. It's supposed to be, that's like, I think the sterile environment is supposed to be a mirror of what their minds are supposed to be in the office. And I wonder if we'll start to see certain changes there. We did see the end of last episode, Mark walked out with his jacket off, and I thought that was very interesting. Then he had it like hung over his shoulder, which felt very, we never really see that with him. And then this episode, we didn't really see that. Obviously, we saw like a lot of visual changes with Helly leaving the office and coming back to the office, leaving like very frazzled, coming back looking very put together. Like obviously her Outie wants her there. But the way her story is unfolding is quite tragic. So yeah, I have a lot of like harshly written down, and by harshly written down I mean like pretty unlegible what are supposed to be starts of quotes and stuff that I'm just gonna come back and we'll talk about them at the start of episode 5. I was shocked that they found the map and that became the thing that it did. Helly definitely like caught something, you know, and she ran with it. I think she would have taken a second, or maybe it's because she's severed. I don't really know. I feel like, yeah. From an outsider's perspective, right? Because this is obviously not how Helly was thinking. From an outsider's perspective, Mark is put in a really difficult position. If I were Helly, I don't trust Mark, right? So to like accuse him of having this map, and we're not supposed to draw maps, and then you find this map and you have so many questions about the map. I feel like Mark is, you know, I used to think Irv was like the snitch of all snitches, but it seems Mark is kind of has to like very much stay in line, especially with this position that he has. And even more so now because Mrs. Selvig, aka Harmony, saw him at the funeral, which sucks. So I wonder what that tree means. Yeah, and then I started to write down that destiny thing, but I think we'll touch back on that at the beginning of next episode. And I'm looking at the screenshot of the grim barbarity of optics and design is the title of the next episode. And I'm scared for it. I'm actually very scared. I almost in the middle of this was like, man, I'm maybe I'll just watch 2 back to back and like fuck the process of editing it and then talking about the theories. But I think with this one I definitely need to let it sink in, and I want to see the edit through to formulate my thoughts and then go into episode 5. So thank you for understanding the pacing of this. I'm really loving this and sharing it with you guys and having conversations. If you want to watch the full length reaction of this or anything else you see here on the channel, it's over on Patreon. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.